Okay, it's best behaviour time because also among those to receive this year's Queen's Birthday honours is the ABC's very own Mark Scott. Mr Scott, of course, is the Managing Director of the ABC and he's just been made an Officer of the Order of Australia.
He's been recognised for distinguished service to the media and communications and for services to the community. And Mark Scott, our boss, joins us now from Sydney. Mark Scott, good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations. Were you surprised by the award?
I was surprised by the award. I think we've had some busy years here at the ABC, but the job isn't done and many challenges lie ahead. But it was nice for the recognition and I think nice for the team at the ABC. Broadcasting is very much a team business, as you both know there.
It's interesting that we should be speaking to you because, of course, the programming here and the creation of News Breakfast and the creation of News 24, very much some of your key ideals as you went into the ABC. But it wasn't necessarily easy to achieve, was it?
No, it wasn't. We received no extra funding for News 24, so the ABC had to work very hard over a couple of years to implement the changes to the way we work and to embrace some new technology to make News 24 possible. But now that we've had it, and it's been on air for about a year, I think we're amazed that we ever had a time that we didn't have it. There's so much news about. In a digital television world, people want to be able to access that at the time they want and the format they want. So to deliver a 24-hour news channel and to make it available not just on television but online and on mobile phones as well, that's been a great achievement by the team here at the ABC. Many hundreds, thousands of people working so hard to make that happen.
Your media achievements are well known at Fairfax and of course here at the ABC. But let's talk about your community work. What do you do with the Wesley Mission and with Pilot Light?
Well, I think Wesley Mission is just an outstanding organisation that's based in Sydney, where I am this morning, working with, I think, the most disadvantaged people in the community. And the more time I spend working with those people at Wesley Mission, the more I appreciate just how fortunate I have been in my upbringing and the opportunities that I've had. But they work with the homeless and the disadvantaged, kids that need fostering, aged care as well, and really just do an extraordinary work with the most needy in the community. And Pilot Light was a group that I was on the board of for a number of years, run by a remarkable woman, Jane Chewson in Melbourne. And Pilot Light's really about bringing business leaders and business organisations together to work with the community on organisations where it's a very good fit. They catalyse a connection between business and the community. And I think more and more business leaders and community organisations are coming together. There's a sense of organisations needing some social responsibility, and we'll have a great example of that this week, where hundreds of CEOs all across the country will sleep out to raise money for homelessness, but also to raise awareness of the challenge of homelessness in Australian society.
Yes, indeed. You're taking part in that CEO Sleep Out this week, and I'm wondering, at the same time, of course, John Hartigan, from the head of News Limited, is taking part in that Sleep Out. So given the general hostility from News Limited seems to have turned of late into a much more concerted campaign against the ABC, can you do something about that when you run into John Hartigan, do you think, on the Sleep Out?
Well, I get on very well with John, and I sometimes think that these battles aren't personal, but they're more driven by a corporate agenda, a shareholder agenda, if you like, rather than anything more personal. But
are you getting sick of it?
Oh, look, I think actually, some of the attacks on News Limited, from News Limited on the ABC, at least you can say they're consistent. We have records of Keith Murdoch attacking the ABC back in the 1930s, so at least the message has been consistent through the generations. But they look after their shareholders, and we look after ours. And our shareholders, the Australian people, and the evidence we have is that overwhelmingly the Australian people believe we provide a valuable service, and we have an important role in the lives of millions of Australians each day.
Now, we seem to have a much delayed announcement on the winning tender for the Australia network. Do you know why it's taking so long?
I don't. I mean, it's a big decision. We've operated this now for 10 years under 2 5-year contracts. The government has said it will be a 10-year contract now. It's a very important service. This service goes into 45 countries in the region and really is a powerful example of Australia's soft diplomacy in action. And so really it is a very, very important exercise, and we can understand the government carefully evaluating its options, and we're hopeful that we'll get a result soon.
So how confident are you the ABC will keep the contract?
Well, I think we've put in a strong bid, but finally this will be a decision for government, and we look for that verdict in the near future.
Now, the gender balance of this year's awards seems to be right out of whack. Men outnumber women 2 to 1. One tweet this morning who sent me a message suggested his wife is happy to restore balance by taking the gong off you, if you're up for it at all, Mark.
Well, we'll see. I think if anyone deserves it, it's probably my wife, who's given such great support for me, and she also has a very busy career in her own right. But I think these are good debates to have, actually. I mean, women are playing so many strong leadership roles in our community, and it should be recognised properly in the list as well. But I think if you look at the list, you see an enormous array of people, some well-known, others who we haven't heard of before, but their achievements and their service to the community is absolutely remarkable.
And just quickly and finally, would you like to join our campaign to get Kadich back on the Australian cricket team? Do you have a view on that one, Mark Scott?
Well, I heard the comments of the Defence Minister yesterday on Insiders. They were forthright, and I can echo his views.
All right, so we've got one more member for the team. Excellent. Congratulations, Mark Scott. See you soon.
Thanks, Virginia.
And that's a very powerful vote, I should think.
Yeah, it's a very, very powerful vote.
I mean, I know we don't have broadcast rights to the cricket here, but, you know, just you wait. One day we might.
Almost as powerful as your vote.
Yes.
Almost.
Almost, that's right.
That was okay. I think your job's safe.
You think it's safe?
Pretty good interview.
Yeah. Talking about dancing around landmines.
You did pretty well. Now, we just have a quick update.